I'm 33 years old, and about 5 months ago, I quit drinking alcohol. So, in this video, I'm going to explain one, the reason why I quit, and two, how it's made my life 10 times better since quitting. My name is Joseph Mena, and like I said, about 5 months ago, I completely gave up alcohol. Prior to that, I was the type of person when I drank, I always, if not always, 95% of the time, I would regret the things that I did while I was drinking. Not only did I regret the drinking, I regretted the things that I did while I was drinking. I regretted things I said while I was drinking. I regretted how I would treat my body and my health while I was drinking. I was stuck on this cycle for years, right? I started drinking as a teenager and I'm 33 now. Over a decade of drinking, and I was stuck on this cycle, and I really didn't see a way out. Now, picture this: when you go to a bar, right when it opens, you'll notice most of the people there are calm, they're quiet, they're observant, right? They're aware of their surroundings. And the reason behind that is because they're sober. Give it 2, 3, maybe even 4 hours, and you'll see everyone doing a complete 180 when it comes to their personality and their character. Now you're noticing people are being much louder, people are obnoxious, they can barely stand straight, let alone think straight now because they're intoxicated. Alcohol slows our brains down. It reduces the cognitive function that affects our ability to reason, our self control. It keeps us from being able to control our emotions and our behaviors. So now we're just acting on impulse. This is the cycle that I was on for years, constantly tripping over my own feet and regretting everything that I did. Long story short, about 5 months ago, I was having one too many drinks and I had gotten caught doing something that completely went against my marriage, right? So, yes, I am married, and the drinking was one of the catalysts that weakened my spirit and weakened my character and not allowed, but it gave me an excuse to do things that I shouldn't have been doing. Now, I'll save that story for another video if that's something that you guys want to hear. But in that moment of getting caught, it was one of the most embarrassing moments I've ever had in my life. About 10 years ago, again, while I was drinking, I had gotten into an altercation, which ultimately led me to being charged with 2 felonies of assault with a deadly weapon. That wasn't even enough to make me kick the habit of drinking. But this moment 5 months ago, getting caught, is really when the light bulb switch turned on in my head. Again, it wasn't necessarily alcohol that was the problem, but it was alcohol that gave me an excuse to do things that I would never do sober. In that moment, although it was one of the most embarrassing things I had ever went through, it was also one of the most freeing moments of my life because now I was no longer hiding this secret, right? I was free of it. I was caught red-handed. There was nowhere to turn to but the truth. And this caused me to realize that what I was using the alcohol for was to escape myself. So that's when I decided that not just for my marriage, but for myself, I was going to give up alcohol for good. Since giving up alcohol, my life has gotten tremendously better. It's gotten 10 times better in all areas. My relationship is much better, much stronger. My, the physical world around me is much better, if that makes sense. But the most important thing is my relationship with myself is the best it's ever been in my life. It was a moment where I was able to come to this understanding that I needed to face myself. I needed to be able to look at the person in the mirror and be happy with who I was looking at, and then be happy with who I was becoming. When you drink alcohol, it puts you in a depressive state. That was me. I was constantly feeling down on myself, and the drinking just made it worse and prolonged it. But since giving it up, I've been able to come to so much more clarity that now I don't need alcohol to do anything. I don't. So for you watching, if you're someone who feels disconnected with yourself, with those around you, if you feel lost in life, my honest advice is to give up alcohol. And if you don't drink alcohol, give up any mind altering substances, because you need to approach life, in my opinion, with a sober mind, because your emotions are going to trick you. They're going to deceive you, and they're going to cause you to act in a way that you shouldn't be acting, right? So if you have any questions about how it felt to quit, how it feels now, if you just want some advice on quitting, leave me a comment, reach out to me, message me, and I'd be more than honored to answer any questions that you guys might have. So with that being said, thank you for watching this video, and I'll see you guys in the next one.